We are live. Yes, sirree. And I'm about as lucid as I'm going to be for this time of day. Usually not my best time of day, but we're going to give it a shot. Yes. So, anyways, we'll wait a few minutes to see if anybody stops by. I know there's couple of other live streams happening at this hour, and so probably competing for viewers. Okay. So, yes, I don't know if anybody was up during the wee hours or those waking up now. Perhaps those overseas have definitely caught wind of it. Though the overseas YouTubers, people on Twitter, in Twitter town. Move over, Chris Boutte, the rewired soul. Good morning, Amy. Oh, that's okay. I appreciate it. Thank you, resting bitch face. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Glad to see you all. Yes, I'm about as lucid as it's going to get right now, so we're going to give it the old college try. Yes, so those of you who are up on Twitter and move over, Chris Boutte, the rewired soul. Use history now. There's a new mental health sheriff in Twitter town. Nicole Arbour and her depression is all in your head, and her Dear Fat People video. Pff, that's so 2018. Oh boy. Yeah. So you can figure out by the thumbnail, which took me forever to try to upload because now YouTube slapped a 2 megabyte limit. Fortunately, someone passed me a link where I can make these images smaller. Anyways, I'm not going to dwell on that right now, but just saying it's becoming more frustrating. Hey, Ray Phoenix, good morning to you. I hope you're feeling better this morning. Yeah, so, and ordinarily, I don't pay much attention to the likes of the Paul brothers because, frankly, I'm not 15. As a matter of fact, I can barely what happened when I was 15. Or at least I try to forget, way back in the early 1700s. Yes, I'm old. But, I'm familiar with him and his brother and their antics. Like, what was it? Jakepaul. I'm familiar, and I saw this in some other commentary videos that he's known to make children anxious and make babies cry. So, yeah, so that's partly why I'm pissed off with what he said this morning. Let me bring it up. It was on Twitter. I'll bring up the tweet. I'm sure many of you have seen it already, but we'll put it up right now. Oh, no, hang on. Okay, so I'll share the screen with you now. Okay, sorry, sometimes it takes me a bit of time. I have a very ancient computer. So, anyways, I'll have to put it on. Okay. I don't know if you can see it. I cannot expand it. But it says here, remember, anxiety is created by you. Yes, it's created by you, meaning us. Sometimes you gotta let life play out and remind yourself to be happy. Hugh and Ren and Stimpy here in their little song, happy, happy, joy, joy. And chill your mind out. Go for a walk, talk to a friend. Gee, why didn't I think of all that? Not that I have any friends in my environment. My friends are pretty much all in my YouTube and my Discord these days. But hey, Fluffy, good morning. Oh, you saw it too, huh? Yeah, I'm going to show you one of them that I particularly liked. I'm going to show you one of the responses I particularly like. Hang on. So, yeah, hang on. Pretty much. Yeah, TikTok's type vid. Yeah. And hang on. So yeah, that's pretty much, some of the responses have been quite epic. I didn't bookmark all of them or take down the notes, but yeah. And so even Newsweek deemed it important enough to cover. Oh man. So let's bring up Newsweek. Oh yes. Yep, sometimes you just gotta let life play out and remind you to be happy, happy, joy, joy. Cue in the Partridge Family. Those is anybody in my chat old enough to remember the Partridge Family? Remember the opening song? I'm not gonna sing it because for all we know we get a copyright. You know, come on, get happy. Yeah, you know. Oh yeah, the tweet had been deleted. Chill your mind out. Here we go. Cameron Dallas cured my depression. Jake Paul cured my anxiety. Who needs mental health specialists when you have educated idols? Ha! Especially, I don't know if Jake Paul even has a high school diploma. Anyways, Taylor Nicole Dean weighed in. All of us are getting cured of our anxiety disorders from Jake Paul's tweet tonight. Honestly, a revolutionary moment. Anxiety is created by you. Yes. I can't believe in 2020 we have Jake Paul, of all people, telling the masses that mental illness isn't real. I need a nap. Yeah, you and me both. You and me both. You know, if Jake Paul and my anxiety were drowning, I could save only one. I'd save Jake Paul because anxiety is all in my head and I can just go outside, take a walk at another person. Okay, enough of that. But I will link the article afterwards. Hey, Foop, I see. Good to see you. Welcome to Straight Talk and Fedora Check. Hey, Noob the Cat. I'm happy to see you. Noob the Cat, I'm counting on your typical snark. I'm counting on your snark in the chat to keep us all entertained. So anyways, yes. So it's all in our head. And if we have it, it's all our fault. It's all our fault. Yeah. Just go for a walk. Gee, why didn't I think of that? I mean, never mind that I live in one of the coldest places in North America in the dead of winter. Not really ideal. And we get a lot of free ice storms around here as well. Not exactly ideal conditions to go for a stroll, you know? Not exactly. And I love this. You know, if anybody were to have a panic attack in front of him, ooh, talk about what would he do? Would he still say it's our fault? Would he still say it's all in our head? We created this. And it also borders on pill shaming as well, you know, because if he's saying that, obviously in his mind, we shouldn't be taking pills for anxiety. Personally, I don't, but there are people who do need them to walk through life. And it's not for any of us to judge them, much less, you know, one of those entitled to their entitlements. Go ice skating. Except Ray Phoenix, good idea. Because you know what's, I'm about to get flippantly funny here. Oh, what the hell? I'll just go with it. Ice skating. I don't know how to ice skate. I would be worried. I would be so worried. I'd be standing frozen, hanging on for dear life on that wall, you know, of the rink. I'd be hanging on for dear life, worrying I'm going to fall and hit my head, which already doesn't function half the time these days. Amy, those people commenting on things they have never been even dealt with personally, or even maybe the anxiety, but they do not know how bad it can get, and then make others feel bad because they can't get over it. Yeah, unfortunately, you know, Jake Paul is not the first one, you know, the old get over it, or it's all in your head. And if we remember 2 years ago, and I did a reaction, it was one of the first videos I ever did when I started this channel as Fedora Hippies, when I actually was labeled as a mental health channel. Obviously, I'm not anymore. I do cover a lot of mental health topics, but I cover other topics as well. Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. The whole get it out of your head. And Jake Paul is not the first one, and he certainly won't be the last. But herein lies the problem. Okay. Jake Paul's audience is young. Okay. And I mean, they're kids. When I say they're young, they're kids. Very impressionable kids. And this is what, makes me nervous. I mean, is he going to convince his impressionable young audience to ditch their pills? It's not such a stretch to wonder about that. Remember the rewired soul when he was slamming Suboxone or medically assisted treatment for addiction recovery, and then Zap in the comment section was full of vulnerable, anxious people who were going through a detox process, who were entertaining ditching their Suboxone or their methadone without talking to their healthcare professionals first, their healthcare providers. That's the thing. We are more influenced, especially. So can you imagine young, impressionable kids who follow the Paul brothers, Fooply. Jake Paul has a business for $19.99 per month, persuading kids to sign up using their parents' credit card. Yeah, Foop Lee. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And yeah, I know. And I think Onision did the same thing with his Patreon as well. But yeah, he is despicable. No question. He is problematic and he is despicable. So is his brother. Like I said, and that is why, I was pissed when I saw that tweet. Yes, I love that there were epic responses, and most of us know better, And ordinarily, like I said, this might even fall under the radar. I mean, those who are in the mental health community on YouTube, most of us know who Jake Paul is, but Jake Paul probably doesn't know that we exist because, like I said, we're old. We're not cool anymore. Okay, I'm old. I'm not cool. I'm from the early 1700s, but you get the idea. So I worry about his young, impressionable audience. If the rewired soul was to get adults, or albeit young adults, to ditch their medically assisted treatment, their tapering meds or their maintenance meds, think of the young, impressionable kids Jake Paul might be influencing. Because, there are teenagers, there are children with anxiety who need therapy, who may need medication in order to walk through life, in order to just go to school, or to leave the house. Good morning, Lily. No, there's new news, which I was talking about. No, there's new news. It's new. This is new. Noob the cat, yes. Lily D, yes, for some reason, for some, but not for others. Noob the cat, you and me both. I'm not cool either. Ah, thank you. Can I be an honorary member? Okay, can I be? Of course. Well, I'm not cool either, Lily. I'm not cool. I'm not with it, But sometimes it's better to be in the position of older, wiser, and not cool. Don't you just love and it's not uncommon to see armchair quarterbacks, thinking they know it all. They play doctor or claim they play one on YouTube, or they play one on radio, or a mental health professional. And, we've seen how dangerous that became with the rewired soul. And then Nicole Arbour 2 years ago saying depression is all in your head, and she has no credential whatsoever, Even my teenage sons have always thought the Paul brothers were douchebags. Your sons are smart, resting bitch face. Your sons are smart. Yes, you are cool. You are cool AF, resting bitch face. Yeah, Lily. Lily. Okay, Jake Paul, during the wee hours, had a little brain fart on Twitter during the wee hours. Us insomniacs, we do nothing but go on Twitter. Okay, okay, this particular insomniac does nothing but hang out on Twitter all night when she can't sleep. Okay, as long as she's lucid enough to do so. But yeah, he said that anxiety basically is not real, that if we have anxiety, it's our fault, and that we created our own anxiety, kind of like Nicole Arbour did with the depression is all in your head 2 years ago. you know, kind of like the rewired soul diagnosing people left, right, and center, right? Um, yes, exactly, noob. Wraith Phoenix, what is this cool I speak of? Oh, Wraith, when I say cool, I mean young. I mean hip with it. You know what I mean? Like onto the trends of millennials. I'm a Gen Xer. I'm a Gen Xer. That means I'm not with it. I'm not hip, and that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. I know. I know, Lily. I know. It's not for nothing. A lot of people call it shitter. But be that as it may, you know, I mean, my relationship with Twitter basically is a love hate, that of a love hate one, pretty much with all social media, especially Facebook these days. But yeah, that's what Jake Paul has been up to during the wee hours of the morning. He of the fake marriage to Tana Mongeau. Yeah. But yeah, so this is why, but on a serious note, I mean, all jokes aside, this is why I was pissed off, because basically young, vulnerable, impressionable people being influenced by him. And so what he says is very dangerous. And I have to wonder what he would tell one of his young fans. Let's say one of his young fans who thinks he's nice and he's like their best friend that they watch on their TV screen, or rather the computer screen or the phone screen, whatever screen, you know, and someone who's, turning to their favorite YouTube celebrity like Jake Paul to talk them down or something. And he would say, oh, it's all in your head. Well, think of the potential harm he can cause to some young person in crisis. You know what I mean? I'm not as hip as the young kids these days. I had a piece of my pelvic bone removed years ago. Ouch. Wow. Wasn't he considered a sociopath, same as his brother? Yes, I've heard that, Lily, too. Shane Dawson even tried to bring the good in him. That backfired quickly. Yeah, that's true. The Right Opinion did a video about that. The Right Opinion, he's done a few videos about the Paul brothers, and he did one which was a critique of Shane Dawson, which covered Shane Dawson's documentary on the Paul brothers. And you see some frightening shit coming out of Jake Paul. He was purposely trying to make babies cry. Like, what kind of sick fuck does that? You know what I mean? So here we are. We see him, obviously, in those clips, he's causing babies, helpless babies, obviously causing them distress because he's making them cry, and they are crying and they're howling. So he's causing them distress. I wonder if he would say to those babies, you caused this yourself. It is your fault. It is your fault. You're in distress and you're crying. And I wonder if he would say that. I'm not kidding. I know it sounds flippant, but I'm not kidding. This is the guy who made children cry. Yeah. The Right Opinion is a pretty good channel. Yeah, I'm sub to him. I don't agree with everything he says, but he does a good job with some deep diving, and there's, the visuals. He's got a stable of editors too that can edit better than I can. Yeah, exactly. So what do we have? So this is what pisses me off, like him, both him and his brother. And I think the father is also on with them, if I'm not mistaken. It's a family business. Yeah, family business. So for him to tell us, and it's all like, it's like enough. And it's not just Jake Paul. Like I said, the Rewired Soul, Nicole Arbour, others as well, countless others as well that came before them and come after them. And it's like, enough already. In the words of Susan Powter from that diet infomercial from the 90s, stop the insanity. I wouldn't, resting bitch face. I don't understand parents who support their children watching the Paul brothers. Their fans are so young. Well, resting bitch face, you'd be amazed at what parents allow if you have their kids get near a celebrity. We've seen disturbing stories in the past, haven't we? With other celebrities, not just them, and that is disturbing. And it is possible, a lot of them are teenagers, And they're probably doing it behind their parents' back. You know, I mean, a lot of parents are conscientious and they put parental guards on the internet to track their traffic. But there are other parents who may not know still, you know. I wouldn't doubt it. He's really sick, especially when he poked fun at suicide. Yeah, he's done that too. He's done that too. You know, and this is what makes him dangerous. And that's what I was saying earlier, Fluffy. You know, they don't be relevant any longer. Oh, unfortunately, they're still relevant. As long as there are young people going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over them and their content, they're still going to be relevant. Sorry. Hang on a minute. A little ASMR here. Okay. So, you know, that's just it. I would worry, you know, one of the fans tries to reach out to him, you know, all in distress and everything. And what kind of damage would Jake Paul cause with his attitude? You know, what kind of harm would he cause to these impressionable young kids? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And this is what pisses me off. And I mean, does he even have a high school diploma? No, seriously, I'm serious. Does he even have a high school diploma? Nash Greer, who was the king of Vine, isn't relevant anymore. Same with the other MagCon boys. I don't know who they are. I don't know who they are, Lily. Okay, hang on a second. All righty. Just give me a second. Okay, I can argue with them on Facebook later. Something completely unrelated. Okay, no, so excuse me. It's just that I happen to be also somebody's emergency number these days. I don't know why I agreed to that, but that's neither here nor there. Oh, he dropped out of high school. That's what I thought. Yeah, noob, I think you're right as well. Yeah, so we're going to listen to a high school dropout, but he's a pretty boy celebrity. We're going to listen to him over a mental health care professional. We're going to listen to him over healthcare providers, right? Man, when I think about all the money I spent on doctors and meds, what all I needed was a Jake Paul tweet. I know, eh? Right? Well, resting bitch face, have no fear, because you could also find from 2 years ago, Nicole Arbour's Depression is All in Your Head. So you get to save even more money and watch her. Actually, I did a reaction to it. Like I said, it was the first video I did, one of the first videos I did when I started the channel 2 years ago. When the channel was called Fedora Hippies. And that was the first video I did. It's linked in the description box. If anything, it'll give you a laugh at how sucky my editing skills were. I didn't even know nothing about B-roll back then. And I also have a video where I revisited it with Journey to Find K. And so they'll be linked in the pinned comment below. Yes, we don't need to, but at the same time, he and others were telling girls to shave. Tell him to fuck himself. I say we don't shave. He's an online celebrity who inspires children to act out of line. The perfect person to tell us how to see the world. Yeah, I know, eh? Can you imagine parents like trying to raise a Jake Paul or either like a Jake or a Logan Paul fans? Can you imagine that? Also abused her boyfriend, Matt Santoro, for a time. Well, that's still alleged, though, Lily. I mean, personally, I believe it, but it's alleged. Because when Matthew Santoro came on talking about his experience with being abused by an ex-girlfriend, he never mentioned her by name. Most inferred that it was her, but he never mentioned her by name. Yeah. Oh, yes, the Dear Fat People. Yeah, that was the more infamous one, Dear Fat People. Trust me, that's not missed on me. As a fat chick myself, trust me, it wasn't missed on me. But Yeah, yeah, I was referring to the depression is all in your head, which didn't go as viral as Dear Fat People did. Um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe Jake Paul got his mental health care lessons from the Rewired Soul and from Nicole Arbour. Maybe that's possible. But no, all jokes aside and flippant. I know I'm being tasteless. I know. Um, hey, fat people, don't be so fat. That's pretty much it, Noob the Cat. That was pretty much it. Yeah. You know what that film, when she manages to get obese to beast and nearly loses shit, she's crossed a line. But yeah, no, seriously, he did a response video and he was, usually he's a mellow kind of guy, but he was pretty pissed that time. So, like I said, when you manage to piss him even off, people like to cause controversy. Yeah, I know. Controversy gets views, it gets you clout. And they always say, there are some who say in the PR business, they don't all agree, that there's no such thing as negative publicity. Like any publicity is good publicity, even bad publicity. I'm not entirely in agreement with that either. And like I said, the PR and the marketing people, they're pretty much split over that opinion. But the thing is, and it's entirely possible that the Mr. Paul Sr., Papa Paul, it's entirely possible that Papa Paul raised them that way. I don't know. I've seen clips of Papa Paul, and he comes off as this macho, trying to be this macho alpha male. No, but yeah. But I honestly think Jake Paul, I mean, he could well be trolling, but I think he meant it. Honestly, I think he meant it. In the Shane Dawson documentary, Logan Paul is the more senseless one than Jake Paul. Oh, they're both problematic to me, Lily. Like I said, I don't really, other than seeing clips or seeing stuff in social media, I don't follow them at all. I don't. See, I don't know anything about the boxing match either. And frankly, I don't want to know. Like I said, it's not my thing. I'm not 15. I'm not 15. I'm from the early 1700s. As old. Yeah, Papa Paul is a creeper. Yeah, I'm not surprised. The apples do not fall far from the trees. The same rotten apples do not fall far from the trees. But I still get enraged, even though I've heard it over and over ad nauseum. And I'm sure many of you watching this stream, and including many of you in the live chat, probably would agree with me. You've seen this lots of times, from people with more education than Jake Paul even, who say, oh no, mental illness is not real, and mental illness, you're just playing the victim. Buck up, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Happy, happy, joy, joy, and let's bring out Ren and Stimpy. And you get what I'm saying. Oh, you don't need your pills and pet. You don't need your pills. It's all in your head. Well, yeah. And I would like to try it. I would love it if he dared me on this. I would love it if he dared me, because he don't know anxiety. Okay. In addition, now with the early onset frontotemporal dementia, anxiety is very much a symptom. And I already was diagnosed long ago with generalized anxiety disorder. So imagine you compound that with the PTSD and now the frontotemporal dementia. I mean, he doesn't understand what, he does. I would like him to try to, it's not just everything I have to worry about. It's just that, he doesn't understand. Yes, there is a big difference between being worried and having anxiety. And I think most of us in the live chat, we know that. And I think, it's sad that we have to educate people. We're not professionals. We can only educate people through our own experience, if we are so inclined to. Hang on, they're divorced though. No, like I said, I'm not interested in his parents. I would say it, but YouTube would take down my channel, so I'm not going to say it. This is similar with the anti-vaxxers that Jenny McCarthy started. Yeah, I would agree with that. I wouldn't disagree with that. Yeah, where parents don't want to. No, no, I'm familiar with Jenny McCarthy and the anti-vaxxer movement, and yeah, I can certainly see the analogy to that. Right? Is my coffee still hot? No, it's cold. I'm gonna have to hide it. They believe it causes autism. Yeah, it's because there's a small percentage, and I mean a real minute percentage of children who did get autism from certain vaccines, and that was, I don't think the correlation was ever proven. I don't think the correlation was ever proven, but people will take anything, any minute little detail and go, let's run with it, right? Let's run with it. Yes, I think anxiety is often seen some the wrong way. Some think it is that worried feeling. They don't know it could get much deeper. It does. It gets much worse. It's crippling, for a lot of us, including me, it's like crippling. And sometimes, when you get too many thoughts and ideas in your head, and like whether it's like a bunch of stuff you have to do or you have to take care of it. I'm just giving an example. It could be anything really, it depends on the person. No two people suffers from a mental illness the same way, right? So yeah, nobody suffers from a mental illness the same way. But I'm just talking about my thing, or I worry, but this point where it's crippling, like I can't, no matter how much I know I need to get something done, or I need to get a whole smorgasbord of things to be done, I'm not going to get them done because I can't, and I'm crippling. And and an anxiety attack, panic attack, oh, that is something special. I don't know if any of you in the live chat have had a panic attack or an anxiety attack. That affects you physically, okay? That affects you physically. And that's another thing he needs to realize, it's a medical problem. It's not just a mental health problem. It's a medical problem, right? And because the physical and the mental, well, they go together hand in hand. I think we all know that, or those of us with any modicum of common sense or knowledge knows this. They go hand in hand. So of course, when everything short circuits because it's too much, there's anxiety. You get all sweaty, you get shortness of breath, your blood pressure is probably going up, the dizziness, all of that. You can't move. You can't move. You lose function. I have panic attacks. I'm sorry to hear that, Amy. I can feel you. People choose celebrities over actual doctors. Yeah, I know that, Lily. I know that. Doesn't make it right. And that's what makes it all the more dangerous. You understand? That's what makes it all the more dangerous. I mean, like I said, take a look at the Rewired Soul, for instance. He's not really that much of a celebrity. He gained infamy when he got canceled and then kept compiling on his problems, right? But how many of his young rewired soldiers, those who were fresh into detox or whatever, were like all panicked, I'm going to give up my Suboxone. When they're in the early stages of recovery, they're barely out of the detox phase, or they might still be in the detox phase. Oh, I'm going to get off my Suboxone and I'm not going to tell my doctor or my healthcare provider. It's dangerous. These are many vulnerable people. Look, some of us like to be shock jocks. We'll do anything for clout. We're competing for views. We're competing for clout. And some will do anything, including, shock jocking and trolling. But it's still very dangerous, and that still must be called out. And people like the Rewired Soul, like Jake Paul, like Nicole Arbour, they need to be held accountable for these actions. I'm sorry. Now, I know Jake Paul is never going to see this video, not at my pissant channel at 312 subscribers. But you never know, maybe somebody else has seen. Nikki, good to see you. Hey, good to see you, Nikki. Yes, mental pain causes physical pain. Absolutely right, Nikki. Absolutely right. Yeah, good to see you. Fluffy, I have panic attacks as well, and they suck. Yeah, they do. They do. It's often crippling, I remember one time my mother gave me a call, and I don't really talk to her, but she gave me a call. She was saying that she was on an airplane coming back home from an overseas trip. or she was on her way overseas. I can't remember which one, but she was on an airplane and the plane was delayed. The plane was delayed because of weather or something somewhere. And she had asked me, she said, I think I might have had an anxiety attack. She said, what's it? You know, she said, she was giving me like everything she was going through. It was basically, she was losing bodily functions temporarily. She couldn't breathe. You know, in her case, there were other things which I won't mention publicly. Okay. We don't want to humiliate her too much because she doesn't, you know, she doesn't deserve that. But you get the idea. She had lost bodily function. She couldn't breathe. She was stiff. She was nauseous and sweaty. I said, Mom, yeah, you had yourself an anxiety attack. It sounds like to me by everything you're telling me, and it's everything I experience. Yeah. But if you're still feeling bad, why don't you go talk to your doctor? Like I did leave the preface, go talk to your doctor, because, you know, just because she had the same symptoms as I do or whatever, doesn't mean she should be treated in the same way I am. And that's up to her. She makes different choices. Hang on. He might if he's a complete narcissist. Yeah, you're right. You're right, noob. Some people search their name and watch everything that mentions them. Oh, yeah, I've met people like that, noob. Noob, I've met people like that. Trust me. I need to take a breath because I've been talking all at once. Sorry, this happens sometimes. I go off on a tangent and then I need to catch up on my breathing. Yeah, I know. It's weird. I know. I'm sorry about that. What's with YouTube enabling narcissists instead of deplatforming them? Because they bring in ad money, Lily. That's why. Pure and simple. They bring in the ad revenue. People like Onision, people like the Paul brothers, they bring in ad money. They bring in the ad money. That's why. It's that simple. It's a sad reality. It's a very sad reality. Yeah. Speaking of which, right now, just a brief intermission. For those of you who are new, welcome to Straight Talk and Fedora Chic. And we're a story time / social commentary channel discussing social issues of the day. If you're into that kind of thing, please consider subscribing and hit that useless bell thingy, because one day, you never know, YouTube may get it right and notify you, and actually notify you. There's a switch. And give this video a thumbs up on the way out the door if you liked it. Give this video a thumbs up. And I also want to let you know I have a Discord server. I have a Discord. If you're into that. Okay, I have a Discord server coming up. Because we are a group of awesome. We are now over 40 members strong. We're almost 45 members strong now. If you haven't already joined, like Fluffy and Lily and Resting Bitch Face and Amy, come give us a shot. Come give us a shot. We are a group of awesome people. We have a room for venting. We have a room for light chat. We even have a bot that can play music if you want it to. We have rooms where you can share your YouTube channel or share your artwork. It's, if I do say so myself, I'm very proud of it. So I hope you consider joining. If you wish to support the channel, yes, I'm getting through the obnoxious e-begging portion of the show. If you wish to support the channel, you may do so. I have Patreon. And I want to give a shout out to my 3 patrons, Kim, Journey to Find K, and S. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Fluffy. And also I have PayPal, if you wish to support the channel, help support the channel. I also have PayPal. Links are in the live chat, which is proving slow. Amy, Amy says, I'm a member. I just need to get back and use the app. Yes, Amy. Yes, you are a member. And that, yeah, she's just one of the nice people. One of the nice people who is awesome people who's a member. Ray Phoenix helped with her tech savvy. She put it up she put the whole thing together just a few days before Christmas. And so there, yep, resting bitch face is there too. Yep. And Fluffy and Amy and resting bitch face. Ray Phoenix, of course, who set up all the tech and the bots. So yeah, I hope you consider joining if you haven't already. Yeah. Yeah, there are some from Neg's Discord. This is true. There are some from Neg's Discord. Yeah. I'm sad about yesterday, but I got it. Get it. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. Anyways, back to what I was saying. But yeah, I think just basically to recap, because I don't have much more to add on the subject, but yeah, just to recap, if anybody, obviously us who are older and wiser, or those of us who have the experiences, I mean, it must be nice to be like Jake Paul and not suffer from mental illness, or at least nothing that's diagnosed anyway, or that we know about, It must be nice to be blessed like him, right? I'm still shaking my head over this. I am still shaking my head over this. But if any of you are parents of Jake Paul fans, you might want to set your young ones straight. You might want to set your young ones straight, because someone with that much influence over young, impressionable minds is very, very dangerous. All jokes aside, I know, yes, the snark responses. I always appreciate good snark as much as the next person. But, but on a serious note, seriously, and it's not just Jake Paul, like I said, don't listen to, if somebody is talking about their experience or their experience, that's fine. You can listen. But remember, a lot of us, including yours truly, I'm not a mental health professional. I don't even play one on YouTube. I don't play one on radio. So maybe we got to pay less attention to some of these influencers, that are giving, mental health advice, or saying dangerous things like anxiety doesn't exist, or anxiety is all your fault, or depression is all in your head, or no, don't take Suboxone, because if you do, that's not a real recovery. Yes, the Rewired Soul pretty much went there. He went there. Yeah. Why are you sad about yesterday, Lily? Okay. Discord stuff. All right, cool. And so, yeah, this is why it's so dangerous, and I hate it that people use their fame or their infamy, to be a bigger influence than somebody who is actually a healthcare provider. You know what I mean? Okay, so right now, I've said my piece, and this is where I turn it over to you. I'm going to jump off in a few minutes because I'm really, really tired, and I'm lucky I'm lucid at this hour, and I don't want to lose my lucidity on camera again. It's happened too many times, and I don't want to do that again. I used to think depression was a feeling, but it's more than that. Oh, it's much more than that. It's physical too. It's your body. Depression. It's not just feeling sad or having a case of the blues, right? Or feeling blue. It's physical too. It's when you're in crisis. It's like, it's not just the sense of helplessness that grips you, but you have no energy. Something that most of us take for granted, like, let's say, getting out of bed is a challenge. Or walking from one room to another in your apartment sends you sleeping for 16 hours if you fall asleep at all, right? So this is one thing that people don't. It's not for nothing. We all say mental and physical health go hand in hand, right? Depression is debilitating. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And now, if, like I said, if people like the Paul brothers are just that blessed, Okay, fine. You're lucky. You're lucky, dude. But what they forget is not many are that lucky. And that would include, and I'm willing to bet, a lot of their young, impressionable viewers, some who might be quite vulnerable. And this is why he said people like him are so frickin' dangerous. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, know what I'm saying? Hang on a second. Yeah. Any more questions or comments? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So you're absolutely right. Anxiety, if you're having an attack, it affects you physically. Some people have to be rushed to the emergency room for that. Not psych emerge, but the real emergency room. Because it take care of the physical aspects if one doesn't come out of it. And this is why people like Jake Paul, a so-called influencer. Yeah, influencer. I'm wondering if we can coin another term for it, because the more I think of it, the more I don't like it. I mean, it's one thing, the beauty gurus, they do their makeup tutorials, or they might review a palette from Jeffree Star. That's one thing. But actually doling out mental health advice and saying what's good, or pill shaming, like I said, that's dangerous. That is dangerous. Hey, Punky Brewster. Good to see you. Bree, too. Oh, wow. Good to see you all good to see you. I'm happy to see you all. So, yeah, I'm going to be leaving this stream up for those who just walked in late. They can catch the beginning of it. Or if you had to leave early, I understand a lot of people are off to work at this hour, A lot of people are off to work at this hour. So the stream will be left up, no problem. And in the pinned comment, I will add the Newsweek article. Yes, when you make it into Newsweek, I will leave the link to the Newsweek article, as well as my both my reactions videos to Nicole Arbour. One of which I did with Journey to Find K just before Christmas. Yep. Lynch Mama. Who's Lynch Mama? Lynch Mob Mama. Who's that, noob? Jake, used. You're right, Punky. You're absolutely right, Punky. And ordinarily, like I said, I couldn't care less about Jake Paul's antics. But in this case, if you kept up when he said because he has such a young, impressionable audience. And when he says things like anxiety doesn't exist, or anxiety is your fault, or anxiety isn't real, and it's as simple as just go for a walk and be happy. This is where I take issue, because it's as dangerous as the rewired soul was. As far as I'm concerned, it's as dangerous as the rewired soul. And we all know about him. Yeah, thank you, Amy. Yes. Yeah, I agree. Punky Brewster, that is a cool name, isn't it? I agree. But Resting Bitch Face, your name is cool too. Your name is cool too. I'm going to head out and visit my parents at the hospital. Okay, Lily, have a great day, and all the best to your parents. Noob the cat gets wrangled by the noose of entitlement. Yep, exactly. Exactly. The two little purple devils. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, Bree. Oh, it's good to have you all. It's good to have you all here. I wish I could go for a walk to clear my anxiety. Sheesh, LOL. Yeah, I know, huh? I know, huh? Yeah. It was like what Wraith Phoenix. I don't know if Wraith is still here. I don't know if Wraith Phoenix is still around, but it's like he said earlier, flip it. Go ice skating. Yeah. And I kind of made the joke saying, yeah, that would probably cause more anxiety for me, because I don't know how to ice skate. I was being flippant. Well, kind of. I really don't know how to ice skate. I really don't know. But can you imagine me, like, stiff, clinging onto the wall there, to prevent myself from falling? Yep. Yep, exactly. Yeah, all the best, Lily. Okay, so yeah, so that's basically, yeah, this Twitter stuff all came out during the wee hours. Some of us, like yours truly, who are night owls, who are nocturnal, caught it. Yeah. So yeah, that's so yeah. So like I said, this is the part of the chat where I turn it over to you. Punky, wouldn't that be nice? Go for a walk and clear my head. Would save me $200 a month in meds. I know, hey Punky, what were you thinking? Right? Just go ask Jake Paul. Go ask Jake Paul. What were we thinking? Inked and pranked. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you. So yeah, it's like, yeah, what were we thinking? There was actually, a tweet, a clip, a video that I showed earlier in the stream for those who are just jumping in now. There was a girl who did sort of a sketch, like throwing a pill bottle in the garbage, kind of saying, "Well, I don't need," she made a joke about it. Jake Paul says, "I don't need them," Yes. So yes, there is a lot of snark. There are a lot of jokes, and yes, Jake Paul is becoming a laughing stock, and deservedly so. But and even we had a little fun with it here since I got on earlier. We had a little fun with it here. But on the serious note, like I said, it's because he has a young, impressionable audience. A lot of them, if not most of them, are actually under the age of 18, and this is why I decided to do this video. I walked my dog after dropping my kids off at school, but oddly enough, my anxiety is still lingering. That's your fault, resting bitch face, because Jake Paul says so. See how stupid this can get, And I don't think Jake Paul realizes this because he's too into himself. He appears to be too self-absorbed. He doesn't realize how stupid that sounds, what I just said. Obviously I was being flippant. I was giving an example of what I just did, with resting bitch face there. See how stupid this sounds, Now, if I didn't know resting bitch face already, from our interactions on Discord and such, yeah, I would think twice about doing that joke with her. I would think twice. Gotta love those people who give advice on mental health who don't have the mental health issues themselves. Well, that and the fact that Jake Paul is a freaking high school dropout. He has even less education than Chris Boutte, the rewired troll, the soulless wiretap, or Nicole Arbour shaking my head, Lily. I'm totally going to go after this pudwackier. If you're on Twitter, go for it. But I think he's hiding out now. But yeah, there are others that are tweeting about it, I'm sure, still at this hour. I'm sure. Noob the cat throws prescription bottle in the trash. I've been cured. Yeah, that's it, Noob. You see, my short-term memory is so crappy that I can't even remember the exact tweet, with that video clip. I can't even Thanks, Noob the cat. Thanks, I appreciate you. I do appreciate you. Yeah. So anyways, give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up on the way out the door. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. But yeah, anybody else have anything to add? Questions? Even if it's a video topic that you want me to talk about, do a video about, you can put that in the chat now. Or you can put it in later in the comments. Like I said, I'm leaving this stream up. So you can see I'm a tad more lucid than I was yesterday. I'm a tad more lucid, But, it's not just the young, impressionable viewers, like I said. I would dare him, like, let's say one of their parents, like Papa Paul or Mama Paul or Grandma Paul, Grandpa Paul. You get the idea. They learn they might have a diagnosis of, like me, like a dementia or an Alzheimer's which could drive anyone to anxiety, in their moments of lucidity. And I can just imagine Jake Paul telling, go for a walk, Grandma, go for a walk and everything. No. That's the same thing for anybody else who shells out that crazy advice. And the other thing that's dangerous, because we see too much of this with today's pop psychology, and you've all seen it. You've seen the articles with the pop psychology. Just be positive, be happy, smell the roses, eat healthy. I'm a freaking vegan, for God's sake. And this is all dangerous. And this pop psychology, everything happy all the time, is partly what makes it difficult for us to get help when we need it, right? And I'm sure some of you in the live chat can attest to that, right? Okay. Sorry, just checking something. Yeah, just checking something. Yeah, hang on. They probably do, and he just doesn't give a fuck. You're right, Fluffy. You're probably right, Fluffy. I am not going to disagree with that. Well, yeah, Bree and Punky. Yeah, right there. I'm with you. I'm with you there. I'm with you. But it doesn't mean we give up trying to, make our voices heard, make ourselves heard, try to educate from our own personal experiences, we may not be mental health professionals, and we're not going to even try to pretend to be, but we can talk about our own experiences. We could raise awareness, and Lord knows society still needs a whole heck of a lot of awareness. These so-called life coaches, for instance, they're a drain. They're a drain. And the scary thing is that I learned you don't have to be certified or licensed or nothing to be a life coach. It's a profession that is highly unregulated in Canada and the United States. I can't speak for overseas. If they do exist overseas, if Inked and Pricked is still here, maybe she can tell us better, because Inked and Pricked lives overseas. Yeah. I'm not a violent person, but sometimes I really want to big slap those just be positive people. Well, Resting Bitch Face, you're going to love an upcoming video I'm working on. You're going to love the upcoming video I'm going to be working on. It's called The Positivity of Negativity. No, seriously, I am working on that video. You're going to love it, Resting Bitch Face, and I hope you'll tune in for that. Sad as that is to say, yep. Yes, it is important so others know they aren't crazy for not being cured by a walk. Yeah, or ice skating, or I don't know. But I love he has talked to friends, but you see, there are people like yours truly who doesn't really have too many friends. All my friends are online. I don't have any friends in my immediate environment, except for maybe my ex-partner, Sheldon. That's about it. You know what I mean? So that's a bit hard, my anxiety, goes into overdrive, when I think about the future alone, So, it's something he doesn't get, and a lot of people don't get, or these pop psychologists, these so-called coaches, they don't get, they don't get. Oh, good title. I'm glad you approve, Resting Bitch Face. I think you're going to love it. I think a lot of you in the chat are going to love it. No, seriously, I think you're going to love it. And it's going to be done as a live stream as well, because I think it's the type of video that warrants a discussion, an interactive discussion with all of you. I have to trick people online into liking me. Noob the cat, you're not catfishing again, are you? You're not catfishing again. Because I'm going to tell Lisa on you. I'm going to tell Lisa and Captain Fish on you. Father Fish. He's not Captain Fish anymore. He's Father Fish now. I only have one friend besides my husband. Yeah, I hear you, Bree. I hear you, Bree. I wish I had a husband. The problem is, I'm not going to have, it doesn't look like I'm going to have one. Not as long as I still live in Montreal, you know? Most of us don't. Us crazy folks are to ourselves. You're right, Punky. My 16-month-old baby likes me. She's smiling and laughing while watching me. Aw, that's so sweet, Bree. Thank you. That's so sweet. Me too, Bree. Me too. I have one friend. She is busy and has so much going on. I never get to talk about. Yeah, and that is a sad thing. And it's partly why I started the Discord like right before Christmas with Ray Phoenix, right? Because like I said, I mean, I always say it's my Discord server, but it's really our Discord server. Ray Phoenix is my co-admin. She runs it with me. She handles the tech side. Because without her, I wouldn't have been able to get it set up. So yeah, those of us who are members already and are finding solace in it or just enjoying meeting new people, she was instrumental, Father Fish. Yes, Noob the cat. We're going to tell Father Fish and Lisa on you. We're going to tell them on you. I'm going to tell Daddy Negs too. Yeah, we're going to tell Daddy Negs. I am the listener. Yeah, I've been the listener too. More often than not, what happens, I end up the listener. I end up putting other people's fires, right? And I end up putting out other people's fires, so to speak, the firemen, so to speak. Something I've become quite skilled and adept at, like I can point them out to resources or whatever, either online or in the community here in Montreal. But when I need help and when I need someone to, Father Fish, where have you been? Father Fish. See, he's been lurking. He knows. Which is off because I like to talk and share. Yeah, and so do most of us here. Amy. Yeah. Good morning to you, Father Fish. Yes. You should see Father Fish hold Bible class. Forget YouTube drama class. He just started YouTube Bible class. The adult version. If you catch my meaning. The adult version. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Fluffy. Speak his name and as he appears. Say his name 3 times. It could be like Beetlejuice, Could be like, but yeah, back to what I was saying, it's like, and a lot of us, I think we're in the same boat in the live chat because I've heard similar stories from all of you as well in my interactions and my dealings from you, we are quick to help others. I think, because we're empathetic or we're empaths, and we're quick to help others. But when we seek help or we just want to be heard, we're not asking necessarily for them to fix a problem, even just to listen to us, just to hear us. Oops, they're gone. Be positive. Be happy. Learn to be happy. Q and Ren and Stimpy. I just got out of the shower and I'm making breakfast now. Oh, cool. Are you cool? He's having breakfast. No problem. Straight talking, Fedora Chic. Thank you. Yes, Fluffy is one of our mods in the Discord server. Yep. So is Heart's Love. We hope to see Heart's Love come back soon. We miss you, Heart's Love. We miss you. Yeah. But anyways, speak his name and he appears. It's like Beetlejuice. But yeah, exactly. And, this kind of vacuous behavior perpetuated by the likes of the Pauls, including Papa Paul. Yeah. I swear to God, these days, I realize celebrities sell and celebrities seem more fun or relatable somehow, not to me, but to young, impressionable people, pseudo celebrities. They sound more fun than actual healthcare providers. That please, No, listen to your healthcare provider. Go to your healthcare provider. They'll set you straight. They will set you straight. Yep. Hang on. Yep, they try to fix our issues. Most of the time, the suggestions are things we have already tried. Absolutely right, Bree. Yeah, you and me both, Amy. You and me both. You and me both. Yeah. You and me both. Yes, I want to see hearts back. Oh, for those of you who don't know, while I'm here, if anybody's familiar with Jason, aka these four walls, he who has a recovery channel that he's had for over a year, an addiction recovery channel. For those who are into that kind of thing, he's starting a second channel soon. It's already up, but he's only going to upload next month. It's called Owl's Eye Tarot. If anybody is into that, go show him some love. I personally had a reading from him. He's good. He was good personally. But I can understand if you're not into that thing, that's fine. If you're into that thing, go check him out. Yes. Okay. So in other news to cover, because I've said, okay, keep going. If you have anything more to say on the subject we were talking about, by all means in the live chat. I just want to get some announcements out while it's still fresh in my mind. Okay, while it's still fresh in my mind, before my brain turns to mush. Okay, okay, Grandma Dramamine I've had to put off for a while. I'm gonna have to put off for a while longer for a variety of reasons. My health is not that great these days. Okay, my mental and physical health are not doing that great these days. The FTD I'm struggling, in all honesty, I'm struggling with the FTD these days. I'm struggling with my short-term memory. You are totally into it? Yeah, it's called Owl's Eye Tarot, but he's only going to have a first upload next month. But you can go subscribe to his channel if you like. Yeah. Oh, cool. Sorry, it's back to what I was saying. Yeah, so Grandma Dramamine I have to put off because of, I'm struggling with the FTD a lot lately. I'm struggling with physical health. I'm struggling with mental health. And like I said, money has been an issue lately, like really a big issue lately, a lot of stressors. And the other thing is, I just thought of something. I got to learn from my mistakes. And I mentioned that when I started STFC Kitchen Mishaps last year, that was a mistake. At that time, I only had double-digit subscribers here at Straight Talkin' Fedora Chick. And I just couldn't, have two startup channels, small channels, tried to build both of them at the same time. So right now, I have milestones I want to set with this channel first, Straight Talkin' Fedora Chick. I want to get to that 1,000 subscribers, which makes this channel eligible for monetization. Not that the videos will be monetized, they won't, knowing the way YouTube is going. But the point is, I'll have other perks like a community tab, for instance, where I can do more stuff, with my channel. And there are expenses that I have to incur regarding any kind of YouTube activity. Like I need some equipment. But that's down the list right now. I have emergency financial priorities. So Grandma Dramamine is going to be put off for a bit. I hope you understand. I hate being one person, I say I'm going to do something and I'm not doing it. I'm just not saying I'm not doing it. I'm just saying I'm putting it down the road. So right now I want to concentrate on growing just this channel right now because that's pretty much all I have the energy to do. Okay. So I hope you all understand. But I will let you know when there are developments onto that. Okay. Because like I said, that's going to have startup costs too that I just don't have the money for right now. And plus tax season is coming in Canada, here in Canada. And unfortunately, I always end up owing a boatload of money to both the province and the feds. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I do. Always. What else is coming up? Like I said, I'm working on that positivity of negativity video. That's going to be a live stream. Saturday, February 22nd, time to be announced, because Journey to Find Kay is going to be coming back on with me. She's going to be, back by popular request. She's going to be coming back on with me, and we're going to be discussing social media and children. Kind of apropos I mentioned that after talking about Jakepaul, right? I think it's going to be very apropos. So Kay, and so you won't want to miss that. I will let you know the time when we hammer it down. It's just there's a couple of hours time difference between Kay and myself, so we kind of have to coordinate that still. So that will be this Saturday afternoon. Time to be announced. Kids and social media. What else is coming up? Good morning, Kim. Hi. Good to see you. Yeah, Bree, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Kim, I hope you're doing well this morning. I hope you're doing a bit better. Okay. Yes. Great. I have the whole group. I have a lot from Neg's community here. This is so cool. This is so cool. I second what Bree said. Fedora, you need to take care of yourself as well. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I do. There's just a lot of, like from the attempt to defraud, there's still loose ends to tie up from that as well. So yeah. Okay, good. Good. I'm glad to hear you're okay today. Ah, yes. It is a good morning for all. Morning coffee for all. Except my coffee got cold. I like iced coffee, but when it's deliberately, brewed on ice, not coffee that just sits on the table for over an hour. Not coffee that sits on the table for over an hour. That's not my thing. Nope. Next, community has a pack mentality. When one of us watches a channel, the rest of us seem to follow behind. That's cool, Bree. No, that's cool. That's cool. No, Negs is also, I believe Negs is also a subscriber. He doesn't come by often, but I think he's subscribed. Yeah. We're a pack of feral alley cats. And you're their leader, noob? You're their leader, or is it Father Fish? Yeah, I'd love to have Father Fish back on my channel. I would love to have him back. And I have such an original concept that is designed for him and myself. Well, not really myself, my alter ego. For those of you who are new, I have an alter ego that appears sometime. Her name is Shiza F. Ucker. Shiza F. Ucker. She wears berets. Okay, she wears berets and red sunglasses. Okay, I have a playlist of Shiza F. Ucker on my channel page. You can check out if you like. And it's basically lighthearted fun. Shiza F. Ucker is sort of beatniky, and she reads off very bad poetry, so bad that it's genius. And she does these really weird poetry slams. So I thought, Shiza F. Ucker can do poetry slams, and Father Fish can read his fan fiction and his Bible. And we can see who we can have like a read along off type of thing, Those of us in Neg's community are like the Italian mafia, and we don't take crap, capiche? Well, I appreciate that. I totally appreciate that. I like the beacons to summer the summer. Excuse me. It's because I don't smoke enough. I like the beacons to summon the gutter people. Exactly, Fish. I found you at Real Talk Recovery. That's true, Amy. Were you were 1 or 2 from 100 subs, and I was 100? I had no idea what you even did, LOL, but I'm so glad I did sub. I'm glad you're here with us, too. Yeah, Amy's been with us for a while. Amy has been here with a while. Berets and beatniks, what's not to love? I know, eh? I know. Yeah, she's just kind of special, special. Like me, special. Like me. Well, not like me. Different from me. She reads very bad poetry. Like the poetry is just so freaking bad, it's genius. And she does really weird poetry slams. So I thought that might be fun. I don't know. Father Fish will have to decide. Will have to get back to me on that if he wants to do that or not. He is a student. He is, I believe, a senior in university. So he's a busy man. He's a busy man. Yep. But that's right. Yeah, we found each other at Real Talk Recovery. Yeah. For those who don't know, I am also in recovery, 20 years in. And I've also told my story about that. It's on my channel page. I have a playlist also, Addiction Recovery, simply called that. You can peruse through that if you like. Yep. Oh, it's so good to see all of you here. So good to see all of you here. I am grateful for all of you. You know, I got to say, if there's one thing in life I'm grateful for, it's all of you, you know? We are all special in our own way. It's Straight Talking Fedora Chick. Yeah, you're right, Fluffy. Absolutely. I love poetry and anything read by Dad. I mean, Father Fish. Yeah, Dad is negs. Remember that. Dad is negs. Father Fish is, well, Father Fish. Red, read, ready. Red, not ready. That could be the phrase of one of Shiza F. Ucker's very bad poems, Bree. That can be. You know? That can be. Yeah. So anyways, I'm going to jump off in about 5 minutes. So I'm free to take some last remarks. Once again, please give a thumbs up if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. I have 6, it would appear. Okay. Yep, give it a thumbs up if you haven't already. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. I also have a Discord server for those who haven't joined yet. Fluffy, can I ask you to just put the Discord server link again in the live chat for the last time before we go off? If you're still around, please. Otherwise, I'll do it myself. Yes, so I have a Discord server that's fairly new. And if you haven't already joined, please consider joining. Okay. Thank you. Can we get 10 likes? Yes. Can we get 10 likes? Can we get 10 likes? Daddy Nags, Father Fish, Ed Strong, Ed Work. Yes. Thank you, Noob. Got it. Thank you, Fluffy. Thank you. So if you haven't already joined our Discord server, please consider joining. We are an awesome group of people. Many of you in the live chat are already members. So you're going to be in great company. Hey, you're going to be in great company. Promise you that. And what else? Yes, once again, we'll get the obnoxious e-begging portion out of the way again. Hang on. If you wish to support the channel, I have Patreon and I have a PayPal, and I'm going to bring those both up on screen. Okay, I'm going to bring those both up. And I want to thank my patrons, Kim, who is here. I don't know if she's still there. So Kim Leeper, Journey to Find, K and S, my 3 patrons. You all rock, and I appreciate you. And I appreciate you very much. Thank you. And the 3 of you, you've all been very patient with me when I was delayed with my Patreon uploads. So I want to thank you for your patience as well. And I also have PayPal, should you wish. Oh, thank you, Fluffy. Thank you, Fluffy. for the PayPal link. So if you wish to support the channel, those are the two ways you can do so if you should so choose. And once again, I want to thank my patrons. I want to thank all of you for stopping by. If there's something you haven't mentioned, feel free to do so in the comments section after I jump off stream. And because I'm going to go have a rest because I need to. I'm feeling very tired before my brain turns to mush. Oh, but yeah, before my brain turns to mush. Yeah, please. So anyways, please take care of yourselves and each other. I will catch you all in the next one. And remember, if there is somebody vulnerable in your midst, please take the time to look in on them. Sometimes just lending a sympathetic ear can make all the difference in the world. And for the risk of pulling copying a neg style here, whatever you do, don't listen to people like the Rewired Soul or Jake Paul or Nicole Arbour about mental health issues. Yes. I will, Bree. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, all new subscribers. Thank you, Fluffy. I appreciate you. Thank you, Ray Phoenix, my patrons, Kim S. and Journey to Find K. And all of you, you all rock. You're all awesome. So I will see you all in the next one. Yes, Amy, I'm going to get some rest. I'm going to do just that before my brain turns to much. Resting bitch face. Thank you so much. Yes. So, yeah. So anyways, I will see you all in the next one. Straight Talkin' Fedora Chick over and out. And you all have a great day, whatever it is that you're doing today. Thank you. And remember, always consult a mental health professional before relying on so-called influencers in social media land or in Twitter town or in YouTube land. Bye for now.